Hey everybody, good Monday morning. It is time for Coffee and Conversation. We're going to talk about it today. It's a God conversation. Yes, we are. Let's take the day. Oh, I need it today. I need it today. It's good today. Not quite as sweet as I like it because I put some Splenda in it this morning. I didn't want to do sugar all the way, so I just put Splenda in it. That's how I feel about that. All right, y'all. If this is your first time on my channel, let me say welcome. Honey, dig around. Look at the different topics. Find something that inspires you, that you think will uplift your life and help you to live a happier, healthier life. I want you to do that on this morning so that you can take the day and get after it and get the life that you love and dream of. And if you have built a life that you don't like, you can change it, because sometimes that happens too. You think you're going to like something, get there and be like, I thought I was going to like it, but I don't. I'm an adult. You know what I could do? Change my mind. I don't have to keep doing this because I ain't like it. I thought I was going to like you when I started dating you. Let you go too, monkey. So you ain't got to. Woo! I don't know who that was for. That was free. But you ain't got to keep dating that same dude, funny, honey. Drop him. Drop her and get somebody new. So that was free for whoever that was. All right, so jumping into the week, let me start by saying, hey, family, y'all. I hope y'all had a fantastic week. I hope y'all enjoyed the holiday last week. We had a short work week for some of us. I hope that you all enjoyed your days, that you did something, that you made at least one choice that will help you live a happier, healthier life, and that would just greatly contribute to you having the life that you are worthy of having. So I hope that you did that on this week. Mwah! And I want you to have a good week this week, too. All right, so moving on for today's conversation. All right, so today we're going to be talking about God. It's a God conversation. Now, I've already did my good prayer. I was like, Lord, come on in the room. Me to be, I don't want to talk about you like you're not here, Lord, because you here. I want you to know you come on in here and get on in this conversation, because I'm going to talk about you real good today. And I don't normally, when I talk to you, I have notes like, this is your takeaways, these are your notes, this is your homework. But really, we just want to talk about, because I always tell you all to listen to your life and listen to what life is speaking to you and what situations are speaking to you. I started this YouTube channel with that, so if you've never seen that, go back and watch the original episode. And it talks about listening to your life, because honestly, God speaks through life. Now, some of us are highly tuned in, so we feel God and we hear and and our understanding of hearing, because different people say I heard God, and you hear, everybody hears God differently. So however you hear God, I felt God, I sensed God. God is a great big old God, and He's manifold, and He has many different ways of speaking to us, and it's our job to tune in. And God, and speaking of that, God speaks to us in the way that we need, and that's what I want to focus on today. So. If you are a follower of me on Instagram or Facebook, you know that this weekend I had the pleasure of going to the Oprah conference, the Oprah 2020 Vision tour. And it was, listen, worth every dollar, every dime, every cent, every sacrifice, every struggle, every moment. Listen, it was worth it. Listen, it was so good. I literally tried to find another availability somewhere else in the country. I was like, I just want to see it again. It was that good. It really was that good, and they're sold out. Like I was really trying. Like I need to be somewhere else to hear that again. It was that great. I was like, I'm gonna have to get there. We're gonna have to figure this out because Angela's going. But it was that good. But they're sold out. So I was I went, now let me tell you how I arrived at Oprah, because I did not arrive at Oprah by buying my tickets last year. That's not how that happened for me. When Oprah announced the tour, that she was doing the tour, the very day the tickets went on sale, I went online, I looked at State Farm Arena, and I'm the type of person that when I go to different events, I don't want nosebleed seats. I don't want those. I want the seats where I can touch the stage. I want the seats where I'm up close. I don't want to sit in the back. I want to sit up close. I want to be able to see the sweat on the people's face. I want good seats, or I don't want to go at all. I'm kind of definitely that person. I want some really good seats, or I don't want to go at all. Like, I'm kind of that. I don't want to be sitting. I want to sit on the floor. But when I checked the prices for them floor seats to see Miss Oprah, y'all, it was just way more than what I wanted to do. Way more than I was willing to do. I wasn't willing to spend that much money to see Oprah. Now, Oprah is a bucket list person for me. Like, everybody else has, all kind of people that are their favorite celebrities. It's Oprah for me. I just have always loved the fact that she didn't allow anything to stop her from her achieving what she's wanted to achieve in life. Nothing was, no excuse, no failure, no, I'm black, I'm fat, I got this Jerry curtain. None of those things she allowed to stop her from getting to what she wanted in life. Nothing. Okay, so this is the issue, what I got to do to make it successful. And she talks about the different things. At different stages, she'll drop a story about what she did to try to move her company and her vision and her brand along. She talks about how she may have had to go talk to this person and sit at the feet of this person. Just different things that she's done to not allow whatever limitation life or people or they may have said she had to stop her from getting what it is that she wanted. And I admire people like that. No excuses. They going to get what they want. And I love that. And Oprah definitely has that spirit, and she embodies that. And she's a model of that for me. So, and I see that Cardi B has done the same thing. Because somebody called her nappy head one day. And she went off. She was like, what, they're supposed to stop me? Somebody called her nappy head, toe up, mouth, something. And she was like, they're supposed to stop me because I'm nappy headed? She was like, get a wig. I can fix my teeth. I don't care about that. It's not going to stop me. It was on one of them, the little hip-hop, the Love and Hip-Hop show. I think it was Love and Hip-Hop or whatever. What now? I didn't watch that show. But that was the show, and the dude called her during the reunion. He called her nappy head, the messed up mouth. What you going to do? Something. And she said, that's supposed to stop me? That's not going to stop me. She read him for that, right? So, people that are able to say, yeah, I'm flawed, but that's not going to stop me from my greatness. I respect that. Like, I respect that a lot. They don't allow their flaws to limit. They don't do what Abraham did. Not Abraham, Moses, Lord. See, God, thank you. What Moses did. I can't speak to the people because, I got to stutter. They don't allow that in their lives. Okay, I stutter, but so. That's not going to stop me from being who God has said that I'm going to be. So I love people that manage to do that. Back to my point. So Oprah's coming to town. When the seats came up, Bougie Angela rose to the occasion and did not want the cheap seats. Did not want the seats she could afford. So she opted not to go. I said, well, this is not my time to go then, because these are seats that I want better seats. Now, they had plenty of seats that were affordable in the section that I could afford. That was still close. And wasn't nosebleed, but I didn't want that section. I wanted to sit on the floor. That was where I wanted to sit. I didn't want to sit anywhere else. So lo and behold, Thursday, I'm minding my business, and I get a notice in GroupMe, and one of the groups that I belong in, where a young lady is selling her tickets, and the price she's selling her tickets for was reasonable. So I thought, I'm going to get these 2 tickets. Now, I'm thinking she's selling the tickets at a discounted rate because she had something come up at the last minute and she chose to do the last minute activity instead. That was more important to her. But she didn't want to lose all her money, but she was willing to let them go because she knew it was last minute at a discounted price. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll pay this price. I'll take my sister. We'll go. I send the girl the money for the tickets, and then she texts me back and says, which seat do you want? I said, no, what do you mean which seat? I want both seats. She was like, no, that was the price for 1 ticket. Now, understand, I'm excited. I have told my sister we're going to see Oprah. My mind is set to see Oprah. I'm ready. What do you mean? That was for 1 ticket. So me and the girl get on the phone, or me and the woman get on the phone, and we start talking about, I said, hey, what I heard, what I got in notice was that this price was for 2 tickets. It didn't say that this was for one. She was like, well, this is how much I paid for the ticket, so it is at a discounted price, but it was never at that price. No, I'm not letting those tickets go for that. Okay. So she was like, I'm not letting it go for that, and I've already sent you back your money, because I'm not letting them go for that. Okay. So now I'm sitting here, but now I want to go, because I'm already excited. And it didn't feel, I felt like I was making the wrong decision, because I listened to my life, I'm listening to my body, I'm listening to everything. I got really still and really quiet. And I'm like, Lord, what is the right decision? I'm listening. This feels wrong. It just felt wrong. Like I was making the wrong choice to say, well, I just won't go. Now, understand, I had chosen to go to a conference in February, and I have spent money over during this same week to pay for my conference, pay for my lodging. So those things have been paid for. And now here I am again, finna spend a little grip for these tickets. So I'm sitting there like, Lord, am I making a bad decision? Maybe this is happening because I'm making a bad decision and I don't need to go. I really want to see Oprah, da 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 da. So I was like, no, I feel like I'm supposed to go. I'm just going to fork over the money. So I fork over the money. I send the girl double what I understood I was going to have to pay for the tickets. She sends me the tickets. They're decent seats. They're not on the floor, but they're not in nosebleeds. They're kind of right up off the floor. So I'm like, okay, they're decent seats. She sends me the tickets. I get them. But after I get the tickets, y'all, I actually, although internally it lifted, so I knew I made the right decision, because inside I felt like, but I wasn't happy. So I had I felt like God gave me confirmation that I made the right decision to go and spend the money. But then I got irritated. Now, let me tell y'all something about my relationship with God. I don't have the type of relationship with God where God is as high and lofty. God is in the mountains and you're just praying to a God that you hope in heaven sees. That's not the God that I have. The God that I serve and the God that I love and the God that I have a relationship with is like me. The God that is in me. When I don't pray to God and I'm going to tell you how I arrived there. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I was mad about something one day, and I was trying to pray to the God that lives in the sky. And I was trying to be, I'm black, so I grew up in black church, and you fear God, and you respect God, so I'm mad about whatever it is I'm mad about, and I'm trying to, oh benevolent Father God, I am, forgive me for my anger, but I am so upset. And I'm trying to pray that way, and I couldn't, because I was so angry. And I just said one day, in this moment, God, you're going to have to be a big enough God to handle my anger. You're going to have to be big enough to handle the fact that I'm human. You God, you made me. You know I'm ticked. So me trying to pray to you like I'm not ticked is stupid. Because you're looking at my heart and you know right now I'm pissed. I'm pissed about it. And I'm pissed with you about it. That's how I felt. Like, I don't even remember what the issue was, but I remember the fire of how angry I was with God about what had happened. And it wasn't beautiful. It was, I'm pissed. And if you were in front of me, I'd deck you right in the face. That's how angry I was about it. And all the emotions that come with that. I'm angry. I feel convicted and horrible for feeling that way about you, for being angry with you. I feel like I'm scared because you don't get mad with God. You accept what God has done. So I'm feeling all of these conflicting emotions about how I felt about it. And I went in prayer from that ugly, angry place. And when I say me and God had one on round that day, but such comfort came. One, because I knew God could handle me however I came. He could handle it. He taught me that about himself. about his God self. He taught me, I can handle you however you come, Angela. You don't have to diminish or change who you are for me. You mad, I understand you mad. I gave you that anger. Let's deal. God is a big enough God to deal with however I come. God is a big enough God to deal with you however you come. God, trust me. He can handle every bit of it. That talk back, you can't be God talking back. I promise you can't, because I got a good slick mouth and I give it all the way to the heavenlies. And you know what? God slicked me right back. One day, I have a friend who's a pastor, and he was Pastor Brown. Pastor Brown was giving me a word. And in the middle of the word, you know, he's being the vessel. He's giving me the word from God. I ain't like the word. So right in the moment, in the middle of the prophetic word, I went right back at it. I don't like that, da-da-da-da-da. Like, we're not going to leave this prophetic moment. You hear from God, I'm going to get it right back. And God responded. And later on, he came back and said, God doesn't talk to me that way. I don't know if I can handle it if God talked to me the way he talked to you. I couldn't handle God speaking to me that way. And I was like, oh, that's the only way I like it. You need, no, I don't, When I am talking to God, I have real life issues. So when I'm talking to you, I need a real response. I don't need you coming to me with the, oh, my daughter. No, I'm mad. I'm irritated. This hurts. This is broken. This is not working. And I need a God that shows up in that vein. You can be benevolent and wondrous and, oh, my daughter, I love thee. You can give me that on that day. But this day, I need a God that's in the trenches with me. So that's my relationship with God. You know, it's not an angry relationship. It's a very loving relationship. We have all, but that was the catalyst for me developing such a personal relationship with God. And God meets me wherever I am, in whatever vein I'm in. If I am in the loving place, and God, I think you're wonderful. You're my schnookles. He gives me that. If I'm in the angry place, he give me that. If I need a thump, he would thump me upside the head, and I'll be like, you ain't had to thump me like that. You ain't had to do me like that. You know, we better than that. You could have just told me. So, after I buy the tickets, back to the story. After I buy the tickets, we talk about God. I'm still on task. Now I'm angry. And not angry like, ugh, but I'm kind of like, God, why did it have to come this way? Because I could have bought the tickets months ago when it would have been convenient, when it would have happened at a time where I hadn't just paid this money to go to this conference, where I hadn't just bought something else, you know, that financially just would have been a little bit easier had I purchased this when the tickets first went on sale, you know, da-da-da-da. I had all these different feelings about it. And then I'm on the phone with a girlfriend, and she, you know, I have a friend she calls, and we're always having these high-level discussions about life and this and what we're learning, and that's just the nature of our relationships. We're evolving, we're growing together, and we're on the phone, and we're having an evolutionary type of conversation, and I just couldn't get with it because I was irritated about them tickets. You ever had somebody whose energy is on 10 and yours is on 2 because you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with? Yeah. So I finally say to her, I said, look, I'm sorry, I apologize. The tickets got me in the dumps, and it has thrown me into a tailspin the way that worked out, and I'm irritated by it. So I'll be better tomorrow, but for today, I'm not gonna be able to go down positive lane with you because these tickets tick me off. So I hang the phone up and I go into prayer, and I'm like, you know, God, so understand why you do me like that. And I'm not talking about prayer like, God, in the name of Jesus. No, I'm sitting in one seat and I got my hand. I'm like, I don't understand, God. Why you do me like this? You have to do me like this. You know, you could have let me get the tickets then. You could have unctioned me and urged me. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is what I felt. You wouldn't do it any other way. When I told you to get the tickets at first, I put it on radar. When you went to buy the tickets, you could have picked seats anywhere in the stadium. And because you couldn't get it the way that you wanted it, you didn't follow the direction when I gave it to you. So I had to get it to you because I need you in the room. And God knows y'all I needed to be in the room. Because there was a direct message for me. Answer to something I've been praying about came through the mouth of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He just set me free in some areas. I needed to be in the room. And God was like, when I tried to get you in the room under your own recognizance, you ain't won't do it. You let all your internal noise about where you want to sit and how much you want to speak. You let all that get in the way. So I had to get it to you the way that I could. And that was the way I could get it to you. For certain things in your life, if you knew what the cost was going to be before you had to pay it, you wouldn't pay it. You wouldn't go. You wouldn't do it. If you knew what the totality of it, the totality was going to cost, you wouldn't do it. But once you get halfway there, you too far in to not go the rest of the way. So you go ahead and go the rest of the way. But if I hadn't have paid the whole cost, I wouldn't have gotten what I needed to have gotten. There were some things that my sister said as we rode the train that gave some enlightenment. Everything she was supposed to go. Because at one point my sister was like, just keep the one seat and you go by yourself. And I said, that don't feel good. I don't feel God in that. It doesn't feel right. Something in that, my spirit is unctioning me. That's not the right decision. No, I'm going to go ahead and pay. I went ahead and bought both of the tickets. Everything that happened for a reason. It had to be that way. So I can forgive the way that it came about. Now this lesson today isn't about forgiveness. This lesson today is about God and the way God moves in our lives. And sometimes we feel like God, I don't understand why you moving the way you moving, but it has to be that way. Trust. And this is a huge one for me because I struggle with it. Trust is a hard thing. I don't trust. I live life long enough, and had enough experiences in life that trust sometimes for me is a hard thing for me. I struggle with trust a great deal. Like that's just not I'm working on that. Trust is an issue. But I'm saying you have to trust God. And understand that even in the things that don't feel good, even in the things that you don't understand why it's working that way, that's why you have to trust that all things work together for your good, even when it hurts. Even when it's uncomfortable, it's still for your good. Me going to Oprah, the way I went to Oprah with my sister was for my good and for my benefit. It didn't come in the great way. That was my fault. But I'm grateful that God got me there in the way that he could get me there. He got me there in the way that he could get me there. And I'm just glad he didn't let me miss it. So whatever you have to do in life, and whatever it is that God is doing in your life, continue to surrender to God, submit to God's plan and process for your life. Continue to let God move in the ways of your life. And when you don't understand it, go to God. God, I don't understand why you did what you did. Y'all, it wasn't seconds. He was like, well, this is the only way you would get there. He popped it right back. It's the only way you would get there. God gave it right back to me. It's the only way I could get you there. I tried to get it to you the right way. I tried. You wouldn't do right. So this is the way you get it. With a lump upside the head. Next time follow. Next time pay attention and follow closely. Pay attention. Oh, you get somebody there. I love you. Ooh, that was a God moment. However God is moving in your life, trust God. And understand that it's the way it is because it's the way that it has to be. It might be the best way for you, and that don't always feel good. Why the bait and switch got to be the best way for me? Because when he tried to give it to me the nice way, I was a knucklehead. So sometimes you getting it the way you getting it because of you. Sometimes you're getting it the way you're getting it because it's the way you need to get it for what you have to do when you get there. I don't know who that was for. But if it had come to you any differently, you wouldn't be able to do what you need to do when you arrive at the place you're going. I hope that makes sense. And it did for whoever needed it. Trust God, his plan and purposes for your life. It's the way it is because that's the way it has to be. And if you need to forgive the process because you can't accept what your process is, I will stand on this altar for myself, okay? If you need to forgive the process because you don't understand the process or you don't like the process, forgive it. Forgive yourself, forgive the process maker, God, forgive it all. It had to be what it was. Move forward. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you today. It's a little long today because it was reflective work and I had to work my way all the way through that thing. And I hope that you all have a fantastic week, guys. Take the day. Please know that I am praying for you. I am praying for me. I am praying for us all. God be with you. Fantastic week.